man. Isaiah, what are those?
I think those are the keys.
Oh, crap. How the heck are we supposed to... Oh, wait. Isaiah! Duck! Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Reasonably Prepared. As always, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Isaiah.
And this here is...
Hey guys, I'm Brett.
Oh, yeah. So today, we are out here on the range at the ranch teaching a new shooter, someone who's new to firearms, who's just purchased a firearm, how to shoot and how to be careful and how to be, safe with them. We wanted to go over with you the 5 universal safety rules that all people should know and all people should learn when they're first learning how to shoot guns. So I'll tell you what, let's get into it now. Okay, rule number 1. Rule number 1, Brett.
Okay.
Treat every firearm as though it is loaded. Okay. This is rule number 1, and that translates to this. Every gun is always completely loaded. If you walk upstairs, unload your firearm, walk back downstairs, and then walk back upstairs, you assume someone loaded your firearm while it was gone, which means always checking to make sure there is or isn't a round in the chamber. And in order to accommodate that, what you're going to do is, right now I'm going to assume that there's a round in this. When I pick a firearm up, I check it to see if it's loaded or not. And then if I hand that firearm to you, I would like you to do the same thing. And then you're going to check down and so now you know the gun in your hand is not loaded. You might have known the gun in my hand wasn't loaded, but now you know the gun in your hand isn't loaded. And this is going to cut down on all kinds of accidents that could be potentially devastating. So rule number 1 is you treat and automatically assume every gun you come across, no matter where you are, is a loaded firearm. And you always check it.
Safety first, baby.
Yep.
All right, rule number 2. Do not point your gun at anything that you do not intend to kill, shoot, or destroy. All right, and what I mean by that is that if you have your weapon and you're aiming at your target, you need to know that once that bullet is gone, it's gone and it's never coming back. And that's why we don't play aim, like aim at our trucks, anywhere else other than when we're pointing and intending to shoot.
Okay.
Rule number 3, always point your firearm in a safe direction. Always know where your gun is pointed. Okay? Yes, we aim, and we never aim at something that we don't intend to shoot. But then while we're not actively aiming and shooting, we always want to be cognizant. We always want to be aware of where we're pointing that muzzle. And you always want to point it somewhere it cannot hurt somebody or something until it's completely unloaded, rendered inert, and then put down, like the firearms we have right here with actions open and put away. But if I have this firearm, I always want to make sure that I'm never pointed in a way that puts anyone else or anything else in harm's way. So you're always thinking, where's this muzzle pointed? You don't want to point it at yourself or at your feet. You always have to think about it because it's really easy to get excited and maybe just turn around and say, hey, everybody, what's going on? And now you've got a loaded gun accidentally pointed at other people behind you. So always make sure you know where that firearm is pointing and be in control and in authority over your firearm.
All right, number 4. Make sure you never have your finger on the trigger until you are absolutely ready to fire. Once you have your weapon, you want to keep your finger index, which means your finger lined on top, on the side of the gun here, right above the trigger, and never put your finger on the trigger until you are ready to shoot. So I'm going to aim my firearm, look at where I'm going to shoot, and when I am prepared to fire my firearm, I will then slide my finger on the trigger and then shoot. All right, please be sure never put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot.
Okay, number 5. Before we get into it, Brett, how you feeling so far?
I'm feeling pretty good. It seems like common sense, but I got to remember it.
Yeah,
because you can mess up common sense stuff sometimes, just being careless.
Are we overwhelming you?
No.
Pretty easy?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So number 5 is just as important as all the other 4, and that is to know what your target is and what's beyond it. If you look behind me here, you can see downrange we got a box set up kind of haphazardly. And I know what is behind that box is nothing for miles. So you're always going to want to know what it is you're shooting at and what's behind it. And this is extremely important if you're defending yourself and you're in a public or crowded area, this is super important if you're hunting and you need to obey hunting laws where you might have only one deer tag and there's deer behind it and you don't want to shoot both of those deer. So you always want to know what it is you're shooting at. You're intentionally pointing at that thing, and you're only pulling the trigger if you know you can safely shoot it and not hit anything that's behind it. So we're always being aware of what we're shooting at and what's going on way behind that. All of these things work in tandem to keep unnecessary, all of these rules are going to work in tandem to keep us all safe, and they're going to mitigate against things like accidental discharges and accidental shootings of other people. If you follow these 5 universal safety rules, you're going to keep yourself and other people safe at the range and while you're out and about with a firearm or you're hunting or doing anything else. So that makes these very important to know. So there you have it. Those are the 5 rules, and if you follow the 5 rules, you're going to keep yourself and everybody else around you safe as a new shooter. But I also wanted to go over 1 or 2 little tips before we left if you're a new shooter of things that you're going to want to purchase to make your shooting experience better and safer. Number 1 is going to be some type of eye protection. I have prescription safety glasses, but you can see here we gave Brett some nice safety glasses. You're going to want to go out and buy some nice safety glasses because brass flies and all kinds of things can happen. What's the other thing you're going to want to get, Isaiah?
Ear protection. So you're either going to want over-the-ear ear muffs or in-the-ear ear plugs, and some wear both.
Some do, yeah. They're going to bring the decibel ranges down to a safe level so you don't damage your hearing. All right. And then the third tip is going to be buy some cool targets. Today we're shooting at a box, and I'm going to go back to the store and buy some cool targets because they're a lot more fun to shoot at. So buy the targets that do little splatters. Just ask the person behind the counter where those are, and you're going to have a blast shooting at those. No pun intended.
I get it.
So there you go. Don't forget to comment below. Let us know, did we forget anything, or are there best practices that you follow that we need to add to while we're training new people? Number 1. Number 2, don't forget to punch the subscribe button, hit the little like thumb thingy, and then also hit the little bell, because if you don't hit the little bell, you won't get the notifications. And if you like what we do, share it with people. Share it with people. And what else do we do?
Also, take a look at our Facebook page. Follow and like that page. Also, we're on Instagram now. We are part of the gram. So go ahead and check us out on Instagram, where we'll have photos, we'll have small videos behind the scenes while we're filming. It's going to be awesome.
And don't forget Patreon. All right, everybody. Be blessed. I hope this helped you out if you're new to firearms. And as always, just because you're prepared does not mean you're
paranoid.
Awesome. Have a great day. Actually, I am actually legit laughing. We did actually lock the keys in the truck or in the property, and we made some phone calls, and somebody's bringing me my backup spare key because I don't know a way to break into my own truck. We're trying to play the blame game. I blame Isaiah. He blames producer Caleb, and producer Caleb blames me. So
everyone knows I'm right, though.